Okay, so let's get our books. Why is there a spoon?
Oh,
Because you
crap.
were feeling that you needed a spoon.
I just needed a spoon.
I put it for
like to
12
punish
hours.
students or what? What are you doing
Because
over
you put
here?
it for
What are
12
you doing? Totally kidding. Huh?
Put it for 12 hours.
12 hours? Well, that wouldn't go off for a while.
We'd be like doing the whole hour, and then you'd be like,
Whoa!
what are you doing?
Yeah, like
Okay.
9 o'clock tonight, it would be going off.
So let's do
Page 191.
Yeah, we're actually going to start quick on the Gallaudet University so you can learn this sign. So I'm just going to read it. Founded in 1864 and chartered by President Abraham Lincoln, Gallaudet University is the world's only liberal arts university specifically designed for deaf and hard of hearing students. Located in Washington, D.C., Gallaudet teaches all courses in ASL and hosts international students from around the world. A limited number of hearing undergraduates are accepted each year if they can demonstrate fluency in ASL. Those students can study for a semester as visiting students, and many hearing graduate students pursue advanced degrees at Gallaudet. Gallaudet University and the deaf community became well known to the hearing world in 1988 when deaf people around the world campaigned for a deaf president at Gallaudet University, protesting the philosophy that deaf people were not capable of governing themselves. After worldwide attention, Gallaudet installed Dr. I. King Jordan as its first deaf president. His comment that deaf people can do anything but hear has been an inspiration to many. Gallaudet is the pride of the deaf community and a beacon for deaf individuals around the world, denied educational opportunities in their home countries. Gallaudet is still up and running now. It's a pretty well-known, huge school. The sign for it is Gallaudet.
Is there like more deaf colleges now?
There's NIT, I think it is. NIT is, or RIT, not NIT, RIT, Rochester Institute.
In Minnesota or New York?
New York, I think it is. RIT. Yeah, and of course you guys asked me and I can't think of it, but RIT.
Probably Rochester. Isn't there Rochester in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one is, it's not a fully deaf college, but it's, I don't know, research it. My mind is not working today. It's a Friday. But yeah, RIT. And actually we will learn more about all these, huh?
Which is why we should play Uno.
Well, let's get through this stuff. With Gallaudet University and the deaf president now, when we watch the movie Through Deaf Eyes, you guys are going to learn a lot more about that. Like this little tidbit, and it couldn't have come at another time, like a better time. Because not next week, but probably that Tuesday after Easter, because I'm hoping we'll have the movie by then. We should start watching it probably that Tuesday after Easter, Tuesday or Wednesday. Because I'm hoping if we get it next week, then we'll start it Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it'll take 2 days to watch, maybe 3. And then that Friday we'll work on presentations from the movie.
It's a National Technical Institution for the Deaf.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Rochester, New York.
RIT, yeah. I knew it was something, I just couldn't think of what the RIT meant. You guys will learn a lot more about that stuff, and it's a really interesting movie. I came out in 2007, and it was on TV. I actually remember watching it in one of my classes. I interpreted it, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That you interpreted.
It was kind of interesting because you'd think because it was Through Deaf Eyes, it would have been captioned, but I don't think it was for some reason. Or we couldn't get the captioning to work in the class. I can't remember for sure, but I remember I was interpreting it. So that was
But
interesting.
maybe they don't have captions because most likely people that are deaf aren't going to be watching it because they are through the deaf eyes.
Right, but they maybe, I don't know, because even older people who watch it use the captions, not just the deaf people that would use the sign language. I don't know. It's a really good movie. I think actually a huge number, a large population of deaf people watched it because it was a show on TV that captioned the life of a deaf person, not the life of, but the history of a deaf person. Or I cannot talk. The history of the deaf community and the culture and everything. So it's a fun movie to watch. It's really interesting. So from that, you guys will be able to pick topics that you liked throughout it, and then you're going to write a paper on it. So it's actually a really, I think that students got a lot out of it last year because I didn't say, okay, you are writing on this and you were writing on that. You saw something that struck your interest and you just picked the topic and researched it and wrote a paper. It was a good learning experience, and you can either do a paper or a PowerPoint. But we'll get on to that later. Let's talk about how do I sign grades. To sign a grade in ASL, Place a letter onto the palm of your hand, as shown in the examples. The concept behind these signs is a letter grade on a piece of paper. When signing about letter grades in general, finger spell grade or grades. So yes, you finger spell like grade A. Or A. A plus.
How come they didn't do like I didn't study, so I got an F on the test, F grade. How come they didn't do?
I got test F. That's what it's kind of
So you
saying.
don't always have to do grade after.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Like, because if somebody says, well, how did, like, your grade what, or test, how to go, you could be like, F. Because what it is, it's like, this is your paper, and it's a big old letter grade on it. Or you can, I mean, I know you can do, like, A and stuff. I typically will do it like this.
What about like B? You just do
B,
And then C.
B, C, D. And, I mean, I see it both ways. Even if you look at the example, she does A like this, and F like this. You can do, got an A! Okay?
Can you do it for like, you know how we have like SSR and we go by S like for satisfactory? Can you do it like S?
Maybe.
Or can
Yeah.
you just do good?
Yeah, I would do well, or I succeeded, probably more so on that one. If I like need improvement, or not satisfactory, it'd be like not acceptable. So that's a good question. Very good question. Oh, I think we should, just so I can laugh, you guys should practice your facial expressions.
What?
Look at classroom exercise S.
I think we're good.
No, I think we need to do that.
No, I'm good.
Hey, it is my job as a teacher is I can choose and I can get the laugh out of it if I want it.
Okay, here's my disgusted
Okay,
face
give
'cause
me-
I don't want to do this.
I'm gonna laugh the whole time.
Okay, how about I'll just pick one. Okay, Jill, do number one.
What is happening?
It's like sad, like
Like, oh.
Aww.
What? I don't know how to make that.
sad face. Just
Think
make a
of
sad
something
face.
that like touches your heart. Aww. You look like you're thinking.
A dog. It's like,
Oh,
so cute.
who's a cute puppy? You gotta think of something in your head while you do it. Okay, Sarah, do number two.
What?
What?
Is she angry? Really
Is
well.
she angry?
Rita is very bad facial expression.
She's like, think of like, oh, mom.
I can do that one really well.
Gotta think of. You just look mad. Like, Mrs. Classy, why are you making me do
That's
this?
the face I make my mom all the time. Like, really?
Yeah. Gotta get the lip in there.
Usually what I do is like,
Very good.
Like, really?
Kendra, number three.
What is she doing?
She's like disgusted.
She's like, oh my gosh, did you see what they wore today?
Ew.
Ew. Like, ew.
Ew.
That movie at the
Like,
beginning of the year?
ew.
Like, ew. Ew.
oh my gosh, there's a song
Let's
that's-
see it, Kendra, let's see
I
it.
can't do that.
There's
Like,
a song
not
that's
spelling
actually
like
like Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Ew.
that has
Just
it.
you guys gotta say, like, ew.
You want
A
to hear it?
pile of barf is right below your feet and you're gonna step on it.
Like,
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
So make a disgusting face. Ew.
Ew.
No, my
Like,
disgusting face is my
My
regular
face is
I
twitching.
I was like, oh.
Okay, Autumn, do number four.
Okay, what is she
Pretty,
doing?
pretty,
It looks
pretty
like, but
please.
mom. That's what
Pretty
it reminds me of.
please. There you go. See, she did it. She did it. She survived.
Yeah, I can't
Lindsay,
raise an
number
eyebrow, so
five.
we're just gonna go like.
So for added elaboration, I should have moved the camera on you guys.
Yeah, you should. I should
She's so creepy.
Over funny.
My
Okay,
eyebrows look like they're wax.
so now that we got that done, we're gonna talk about classifiers. And classifiers, we're gonna keep learning more this unit and probably next unit. A classifier, we'll just read it right from here. So, because I can't talk today, so I just will read it instead of trying to think of it. Okay.
Okay.
One of the more challenging aspects of ASL is the concept of the classifier, CL. A hand shape that reflects particular characteristics. The concept is perhaps the most visual element that is both iconic and abstract in nature, which often confuses ASL students. In its basic form, a classifier is a hand shape that conveys details contributing to the overall concept of a sign. In addition to the sign's meaning, for those fluent in ASL, using and understanding classifiers is nearly instinctual. As an ASL student, begin developing your classifier skills by closely observing why specific hand shapes are used for signs and the meanings those hand shapes suggest. Below are some signs that should be familiar along with one that is unfamiliar. Based on the classifier concept, can you guess the unknown sign's meaning? Okay, so let's talk about the first one there. You're going to be using, all of these are using the classifier B. So when you see CLB, it's meaning classifier B. Okay, so this,
Walking.
like you're walking. Okay, for this one, which one are they doing?
The
Oh.
room.
I had to see what they were doing. Okay,
It's not really beat up.
yeah, it is. Well, they have their thumbs up in the picture a little bit. Wait a minute here. Yeah. So it's, I mean, don't look into the drawing so much. Just look at me. Like this one, opening a door. What do you think this one could mean?
Looks like begging for money.
A boat. A boat. Okay, so that's the, and they'll talk even more about the CLB and describe it more and give more examples too. So let's look through the list here of classifiers. So one classifier is your CL3, which will be this hand shape. And for this, you can do these as, like you would say, vehicles. Okay? Because they're crashing. I don't know why they do bus as a classifier. They're finger spelling it, but. So the sign for classifier is going to be CL. Okay? Dance. This is going to be your V. To line up, it's going to be back to that B hand shape. And if you realize with these guys, they're very iconic. Like the dancing one is legs dancing. This one is people standing in a line. This one,
Do you go backwards or do you go forwards?
you can go either way. I've done it where like if the line is like so long, or if you're like, holy cow, like they were, or you did this, like they were all lined up. It just all depends on what kind of line. Like your lunch hall, like
The lunch line.
thank you. The lunch line is like,
It is.
We have really lunch.
Yep. Yep. And trying to think of like if you're at a concert and the stage is here and everybody's like this because they're all lined up.
Or what
Okay.
can you like if this is a stage and they're all like lined up
Yes.
around it?
Yes, you can totally do that. Yep. It's you can set it up very easily, or even if you have like a group over here and a group over here, like in a debate, in a debate when they're debating. Okay, you have like here and here. You can totally use that as a setup like that. Yep. And then to look at is like your eyes. You're looking at something. Motorcycle, you're using your S hand shape, and you're doing
Is this dirt bike too?
be the same thing.
Like if you're on a motorcycle.
I really should have my kids sign that because it's the cutest thing ever when little kids are like, and my husband has a dirt bike, and whenever they're out, they're like, Mom, let's go. They love it. And then to ride a horse. And this can be like you're gonna get on a dirt bike too, or you're gonna get on a bike or anything.
Could be like ride.
Yep, like they're doing this to ride. That's why you do like horse. So okay, now that you have a few in your back pocket there, let's talk about the CL1 specifically. Somebody else read the CL1 generally part. Autumn, go for it.
Okay, so CL1 generally represents an individual and its location, action, and manner. Manipulate the sign to reflect details such as walking slowly, hunched over, moving quickly, falling down, or other characteristics. CL1 depicts up to 5 individuals engaged in the same action simultaneously for large crowds. CL5 must be used, say Unit 6. CL1 also refers to cylindrical objects as well, including logs or poles.
Okay, so they put in a lot of information in that one. So to break it down easier, CL1 is like this. Okay? If you're a person and you're doing this, you're walking across, okay? Let me see what the examples they give here. The meaning, very dependent characteristics, clear someone is going to. Yeah, so this one they put like she quickly went to her office, okay? If you did this way, she took her time to get there. So this is a lot easier than trying to say that woman, she walked fast to her office. It helps it to really set it up and help you picture it. Another one would be, I don't know, give me some examples of what people can do. That'll be a different classifier. But like, okay, so if you have this person and this person, and they met, very good. Or if this and they,
What
the
if
person
like
just left.
like he okay, this is gonna sound weird at first.
That's
He
okay.
bent over and like fell. Like
I
if they
probably would just
fell-
do this. So like if you're here, boom, you just fell over. And it's okay to use like into your mouth too. Like if you notice when I was doing like the accident, it's okay. Like your mouth adds to it or kerplunk. Okay. Another one that they said too was that this can show where was it? Objects as well, like logs or poles. Like if it was a really tall pole, if it was a really long. And typically I do this for a log. I would do like the bent 5 one. So the other one, so they had 1, and we've talked about this a little bit with the line thing. But if you had 5, this could be like
5 people.
5 people walking. What would this be?
4 people walking.
How about this people? It's funny because my first hour
people
class
and a
is like 2 people and a dog. I'm like, really, guys? It's fine. 3 people.
Could-
So what if
could
you
it
did
be
like,
4 people met each other?
yep,
6 people.
5
Oh,
people.
5.
yep. So
I
these
thought
2 met
that-
these
like-
2. So if I did like you 3, or if I said this,
You got
That
this.
else.
come and sit over here together. Yep. So that it's fun to show. It's easier and it's more iconic, more visually. I cannot talk today, you guys. It's easier to understand visually when you can set them up using classifiers. Okay, let's see here. Let's talk about the V, CLV. So we've talked about CLB briefly on the last page or the previous page. Oh my goodness. Now we did CL1. Now let's go to CLV, and it's going to be an upside down V, okay? It represents the actions of one individual's legs or eyes. Non-manual signals are especially important when using the classifier to depict the eyes.
It's done. The time's done.
Okay, we'll just restart it.